Our next example, we're given f prime is less than 0 on the interval from minus infinity to negative 3. F prime is greater than 0 on negative 2 to 2. F prime is less than 0 from 2 to infinity. Okay, if g of x is equal to 2f of x, what's the sign of g prime of negative 1? Well, analytically, g prime of x is 2 times f prime of x. Does that make sense? At x equals negative 1, f prime is greater than 0 because negative 1 is between negative 3 and 2, and we were told that f prime is greater than 0. Hence, g prime of negative 1 is also going to be greater than 0. Does that make sense? I hope it does. For b, if g of x is equal to f of 3x minus 5, what's the sign of g prime of negative 1? Well, g of x is equal to f of 3x minus 5, so g prime of x is equal to f prime of 3x minus 5 times the derivative of what's inside, which is 3. I just use the chain rule. So g prime of negative 1 is 3 times f prime of 3 times negative 1 minus 5. Well, that's 3 times f prime. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. So now I'm over in this area where f prime is less than 0. So that means that g prime of negative 1 is going to be, that's going to be less than, f prime is going to be less than 0. So this is going to be less, g prime of negative 1 is going to be less than 0. Let me write that a little clearer. So g prime of negative 1 is less than 0. Hope that helped.